or in Hebrew?
אנגלית.
אנגלית. בסדר גמור. Miriam, I know you have some Hebrew, but we'll speak in English. And if you get some Hebrew, you'll get that, I'm sure. Just to explain that this is, in this hopping event, we can only have up to 20 screens together. So we might have other people as audience. We won't, will be with us. We have 23 people actually in this session. We don't see everybody. We wait like one more minute. And we'll start, I think. Okay, shalom everybody. I'm very, very excited to have you also here. I must admit and share with you that I'm also excited because I'm, working on the main stage, and it was something very big for me, but it's much better to be here. I feel like in a family with friends and very familiar faces. We have a great workshop actually together. We have conversation, two small communities, very, very different from each other. One is from New Jersey, and we learn about the community in a minute. And to talk with an afternoon supplementary school in New Jersey. And the other one is from a small community in Europe, which I think that for many of us, we're not familiar with this community. And Efrat will share with us the beauty and the challenges of the Bratislava community. Now I'm moving the microphone to my dear colleague, Nomi. Nomi, she is the coordinator on behalf of the Global School Feeding Network, and she is doing a great, great job. Nomi, the floor is yours.
תודה רבה. So I'm going to speak in Hebrew because this session supposed to be in Hebrew, but what we are going to do, we are going to do mix. So so don't worry, it's going to be Hebrew and English, okay? And I would like to mention that even if we cannot see you, we still can hear you. So if you would like to ask something, you can ask, okay? Okay, so מירב, תודה רבה. שלום לכולם ותודה שהצטרפתם. קוראים לי נעמי הולצר, רכזת ברשת בתי ספר תאומים. יש לי את הזכות והכבוד להוביל את הסדנה הזו, תאומות בזמן אמת, משתפים בהצלחות. בסדנה הזו נשמע חוויות מצוות של 2 בתי ספר שמובילים תאומות משמעותית ומוצלחת. שנייה, יעל גביש, מורה לאנגלית בקריית חינוך ברנקו וייס על שם יצחק רבין במזכרת בתיה, אפרת אמבר מובילה ומרכזת את הקשר במרכז היהודי בברטיסלבה, בירת סלובקיה. אנחנו גם אומרים לאפרת ברוכה הבאה, כי אפרת נמצאת בישראל, בבאר שבע, היא מחכה לשבועיים שיגמרו כדי שנוכל לפגוש אותה. מירי ענבר, מורה ורכזת לימודי אנגלית בבית ספר קוגל בחולון, מובילה את קשרי התאומות, בשיתוף עם מחנך כיתה ח' ומורים לאנגלית. ואחרונה חביבה, מרים דובין, מנהלת בית ספר נווה שלום בניו ג'רזי, מובילה את הקשר עם צוות מורים ליהדות ועברית. 2 בתי הספר, אחד מצפון אמריקה והשני מאירופה, הם בתי ספר משלימים. התלמידים לומדים בבתי ספר ציבוריים, ופעם או פעמיים בשבוע הם נפגשים למספר מועט של שעות. בזמן הזה הם נחשפים לעולם היהודי ולארץ ישראל. למרות הקשיים והאתגרים הלא פשוטים בשני בתי הספר, מתקיימים קשרי תאומות מופלאים. אני רוצה לחלוק איתכם שיר של תת קרמי קשב. קשה לי 2 קונכיות לשוחח שיחה של ממש. כל אחת מהן מחה אוזן לים שלה. רק שולי הפנינים או סוחר העתיקות יכול לקבוע בלי חשש אותו ים. אני רוצה להודות לשולות הפנינים או לסוחרי העתיקות. בקיצור, למורות המדהימות שהסכימו להצטרף ולשתף אותנו בחוויות. בטוחה שצפויה לנו סדנה מרתקת שתשפיע על כיוונים עתידיים של פעילות קשרי התאומות בבית ספרכם. יעל ואפרת, אנחנו נשמח אם תתחילו ותתארו לנו בקצרה את התאומות, איך הצלחתן לבנות קשר משמעותי ואמיתי בין התלמידים.
Thank you, Nomi. I just want to jump in and ask if someone is not talking, please close the microphone because we have a lot of noise. And please combine English and Hebrew. Thanks.
Good evening, Efrat. Welcome, Dingo. You should start.
So, hi, Erev Tov, good evening to all of you. I'm very excited to be here because it's a continuous of the work that me and Yael are doing. And I will say a few sentences in Hebrew, and then I will say the main message in English, if it's fine. Okay. אז ערב טוב לכולם. אני רק אומר על עצמי, אתם כמובן רואים שאני לא סלובקית, אני ישראלית, אני מבאר שבע, והחיים שלי קיבלו תפנית לפני שנתיים, כשעברתי לברטיסלבה, לסלובקיה, בעקבות הבן זוג שלי, ומיד התחלתי לעבוד בקהילה היהודית, ואני גם באה מרקע של שותפויות ותאומות גם כשהייתי מורה בישראל, והתפלאתי מאוד לראות שבכלל יש קהילה יהודית בסלובקיה, דבר ראשון, ודבר שני שהיא קהילה מאוד 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 קטנה. בקושי 5,000 חברים, שמתוכם רק 3,000 פעילים. זה מאוד מאוד קטן, גם בסדר גודל של ישראל, שזו מדינה קטנה. ואף על פי זאת, יש דרישה לחינוך יהודי ולפרויקטים ביהדות, אך זה כפה על שמריו, כלומר, זה היה רוטינה שהייתה מאוד חוזרת על עצמה, וברגע שהגעתי, ובעקבות ההיכרות הקודמת שלי גם עם מירב, ומה שהיא עושה, פניתי אליה, ושיתחו לי את יעל, שזה הדבר הכי טוב שקרה, השידוך. ובעקבות ההיכרות עם יעל והקשר המשותף שלנו, הצלחנו לבנות תוכנית שהיא מאוד משמעותית, ואנחנו כבר נרחיב עליה. אני רק אגיד, מרים, I was just saying that I arrived to Slovakia 2 years ago, and I was very surprised to find out that the community is very, very small. But despite the fact that it's small, the kids there really looks, and their parents, of course, look for Jewish education. And since I'm Israeli and I was working with Merav in the past, I approached her, and then she made a shidduch between me and Yael. And since then, we are operating together the twinning program, and it's very successful. And Yael, now I'm passing the spot to you.
I don't want to disturbing you. I just would like you to give more information about the group, about the student, and things like that.
Okay. I will speak about the Slovakian community because the Jewish community in Slovakia is very small, so we don't have a daily school. We have only after-day program. And it's a school, but afternoon, or not Sunday school even, it's after school program. And there are kids from all over the country, from Košice in the east, from the capital Bratislava, and from small cities all around Slovakia. And we gather them together to one program, which started online because of the COVID epidemic. Only because of that we thought of doing it. And the fact that it's around its teenagers, and the fact that it was online during the COVID, and we already had the infrastructure, it's enabled us to start the program with Yael. And the kids are coming from, most of them, from mixed marriages, families, but it's only because of they are in this surrounding of the Jewish education, thanks to their parents who exposed them to Jewish culture. Because if it was not thanks to their parents in Slovakia today, there is no chance that you can be exposed to any Jewish culture. So this is the big challenge, to keep them connected to the Jewish culture, because it's a country that after the Holocaust, all the Jewish heritage was completely destroyed. So it's a big challenge for me and for all of the people who are working in the community to keep them together. And this is also one of the reasons that the program was so successful. And recently also the president of the federation and other members started to be interested in it, because they felt how important it for the kids.
תודה. יעל.
Good evening again. So I'm an English teacher as well as a diplomacy teacher in the junior high school. When Naomi called me and she said that she has found a school, but she doesn't know whether it's going to be a good fit because it's very small. It's somewhere in East Europe. It's in a place called Bratislava. I said, Bratislava? My family origin is from Bratislava. So I felt that it's my duty to do something like that. When I told my students that this is what we're going to do, we're going to meet other students, I saw that there, at the beginning, there were some mixed feelings because they were expecting maybe from the US to find someone that will speak more English, and maybe from Beverly Hills and things like that. So we decided to do a whole program, and we planned ahead. We invited the Council of Slovakia to come and talk with the students in Israel. First of all, to tell a little bit about Slovakia and about the Jewish community. We found out that it has some Jewish origins. And later on, by the way, he was invited to celebrate some holidays with my family, just so he'll feel what is a Jewish holiday, real Jewish holiday in Israel. And I think that what helped us, except for the fact that there was a great chemistry between Efrat and myself, is indeed the COVID-19, because beforehand, it was really, really hard to schedule meetings that will be appropriate. We'll have time with best fit for Efrat students and myself. But after the COVID-19, basically the kids were at home and they were looking forward to meet other teenagers. So every time Efrat and I talked beforehand, a week or two before the planned meeting, we set up exactly what are the goals, what we want to get from the meeting. Every time it was someone else's responsibility to lead. And right from the beginning, it was, I think that it was a hit because we started right on to divide them into small groups, into rooms that were working together. And I think that once we started getting some messages from my students and she got from her students looking for the next meetings, we knew that something that will continue.
Okay. תודה רבה. Thank you very much. Now we are going to the other couple. Miri, she's from Kugel Hulon, and Miriam Dubin, she's from New Jersey. Please. Sorry.
That's okay. I mean, we're like, right? Miri, may I start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. So when I feel a connection already to all of you, to Yael and Efrat also, because my family origins are from Czechoslovakia as well. And the order changed, it became Hungary, and the whole story with the Shoah, what happened. But we were in Bratislava, but we were in Slovakia, and we were and that's where I found my parents' home, my mother's home, and we didn't even know if it existed anymore. And my husband and I were there in 2014. So it's a town called Oberon, and it's a small village. So already, I feel like that there's a connection.
What is the name? I'm sorry.
Oberon or Abara, Abara, Abara. It's a small village.
I'm going to ask my boyfriend. I have no idea.
Yeah, Abara. So anyway, when this whole twinning was introduced to us, it sounded fascinating. I liked very much the idea of joining the kids together from Israel and from New Jersey. We learn about it in school, but we don't talk about Israel and really meet the people of Israel. And this was a wonderful opportunity. And when I met Naomi and I became acquainted with Rob, and then I met Miri, it was a beautiful shidduch that happened. And I mean it sincerely. It's just B'li Ayin Hara. It's wonderful. And we've been together already a year and a half, almost 2 years. The kids have really learned from each other. They understand each other. It doesn't matter 6,000 miles apart. Kids are kids, and what we have in common is our Judaism. And we're learning, I really believe, a lot from one another. And I find us, we're very similar, Efrat, to the situation, because even though we have many, many Jews throughout New Jersey, it's one of the largest Jewish states in the United States, you still have to come together and look for it. It's not out in the open. You have to come together and look for it. So my kids, they go to public school every day, 5 days a week, and they come to religious school at Neve Shalom on Sunday mornings from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then again, Tuesday afternoon when school's over, public school from 4:15 to 6 p.m. So it's very short. It's under 5 hours a week of Judaism that they are exposed to outside their home. Most of these families are Jewish, husband and wife are Jewish, but there is, I'd say, at least a third of mixed marriages. But the spouse who may not have converted, whether it's he or she, they're very much for their child learning about Yiddishkeit, about Judaism. We have very good teachers, very knowledgeable teachers, and the parents are learning. The parents are learning a lot, and they're very appreciative. The kids are learning a lot. They learn Torah, they learn Navi, they learn about the Shoah, they learn about Eretz Yisrael, Ifrit, it's good. They learn the language. The main thing we want them to come out knowing is how to read. In fact, recently I started tutoring, and another teacher started tutoring the kids. We're finding it's making a very big difference, because a lot of them, even though some of them are older, they need a lot of review with the Aleph Bet. They need to learn. They have to read. They know how to memorize very well when it comes to bar and bat mitzvah, but they don't know how to read well. So I want them, if the biggest goal when they leave here, yes, they should learn about the Chagim, they should learn about everything, but they need to learn how to read in Hebrew and how to daven. They need, to tefillah, they need to daven, they need to learn how to daven. So anyway, when our groups get together, we had a very nice get together just last Sunday, where Mati Sasson, the mayor of Cologne, came on and he wanted to meet us. And it was a wonderful get together. We lit the Chanukiah together. We said the brachot. There were speeches, there was singing. It was very nice. But the month before, Mary and Naomi and I, we all planned to get together to do a pre-Hanukkah get-together. And I'll tell you just one story about some of the kids in my group. One girl, Sarah, the assignment was to make a Chanukiah out of recycled material. So what this Sarah did was she took 8 clear glass jars and she painted horses on the jars. And she was explaining that she loves horses and takes care of them and rides them. And then someone on the Israel side, 2 girls said, I also love horses. And they started to talk. And now that there are 4 girls all who became friends, and they're chatting privately on their own. So they've made a friendship. And then some of our older people also found some commonalities, and now they've made a friendship. So they're really, it's wonderful. It's such a wonderful sense of like you have conflict